Hello, my name is Philip, and this is just a quick short video showing me the network arrangements. In this demonstration here, I'm going to show installation of a CPU. Let's say, for example, that this is a client machine, so I'm installing the CPU. Now, prior to this, what you saw me doing before when I was touching the metal frame of the workshop is making sure I discharged any discharge myself to ensure I don't short out anything in any of the components. I do have an anti-static wrist, but I've had to throw it away, and a new one's on its way. Okay. Now what you see there is the power for the fan, the CPU. I'm now going to install 2 sticks of RAM, which slots into the slots and clips in via 2 white clips on the side. That's the first stick of RAM. Here's the second stick of RAM now. Now, checking the hard drive. The hard drive, I've already screwed that in. I'm using one of the cables to insert into the motherboard. Now it's the power supply. This power supply, as you can see, it's got its own compartment. Each case will have its own area. I was looking for screws to put into the motherboard. Sorry, not the motherboard, the power supply. Okay, so let's pretend we've actually screwed in 4. This is the power. Now we're plugging in all the cables into the motherboard. Okay, this being an older computer, for an example. I'm using the old ribbon cables. I'm actually looking for the 12 volt connector, which there it is, I just found. Okay, this particular computer power supply does not have the thin connector, so I've got an adapter, 12 volt adapter to the correct connector for the hard drive. Which is a SATA cable, serial ATA. Now just connecting the other leads into the motherboard. That one is the sound. Just demonstrating my simple home server setup. The main computer here installed on it. It's got Windows Server 2012. Okay, inside it I've got the virtual machine running, VMware Workstation inside there at the moment. You can see Windows Server 2008 R2, which is I've been using for my Systems Administrator Diploma course. Now I'll just run over my network. I'll show the router, network cables and the network interface card. Okay. Right, over here I've got a switch. In this switch are two printers connected. First one's a black and white laser printer connected via network, configured with its own IP number. The next one is my recently acquired Brother colour laser printer, again connected by network cable with its own IP address. My computer has two network interface cards built in on the motherboard. Okay, what there you see here, this Linksys box is for my VoIP phone. I run VoIP, voice over internet protocol, through the network as well, which is my base station here. Okay, so of course it's my main computer. Over here is my router. That is connected by the blue network cable, I should say, is connected to the my switch. This network interface card is connecting to my computer, and of course we've got the two network cables which are connected to the printers. The additional network cable you see here is connected to my solar inverter. So remotely, while I'm away, I can remotely connect and check to see, make sure everything is working fine with that, and its output is being putting out each per day. Yeah, hello, welcome back. My name is Philip. Now what I'm going to demonstrate now is the use of VMware Workstation. I'm going to demonstrate the installation of Windows 7. Okay, now to do that we'll create a new virtual machine and go custom. Okay, I've got a disk image saved on the desktop of my computer. Okay, this is just a trial version, so I don't have a product key, so I'll leave that be. Okay, so we'll go next. Now it's just asking this, it's just confirming you do not enter a Windows product key. Windows will install without one but must be manually activated later. Would you like to continue? Yes. Okay, location is on my second hard drive. On my computer I've got two hard drives. Okay, I've got a local disk and I've got a data. My local disk is a solid state drive. Okay, and my data is just a standard SATA drive. Okay, so I'm going to accept that location and click on next. Number of processors. Now this is an Intel Core i7 3.4 gig. So I'll just give it two. I'll give it two processors. I'll leave that as so. I'll leave the RAM to standard 2 gigs. Click on next. Use a network address translation NAT. I'll leave that as default. Click on next. Okay. I'll leave that. Input output controller types, I'll leave it to the recommended. Again, I'll leave that recommended as well. I will create a new disk. I'll put this to 50 gigs. Okay, we've got three options here. Allocate all disk space now. Store virtual disk as a single file, or split virtual disk into multiple files. Splitting the disk makes it easier to move the virtual machine to another computer, but may reduce performance with very large disks. Okay, I'll leave that there because just in case I do want to move this across, and I will allocate all the space now. Click next. Now I've already got a Windows 7 64 bit here, so I'm going to rename this to Windows 7, let's say Ultimate. Okay, we'll choose the Ultimate version of this one here. Next. Okay, so all the settings are right there. Click on Finish. So what it's done now is it's creating the disk for this actual workstation. Okay, now that it's created the disk, it's now going to start installing. So now it's completed copying the Windows files. It's now expanding the Windows files. Once it's completed expanding Windows files, it will start installing. It's now completed expanding the window files. It has completed installing features. Now it's installing updates. Updates is completed. Windows needs to restart. So I've got two choices here. I can leave its timeout. It will restart on its own accord, or I can click on Restart Now button. It's really quite a simple process installing operating systems today. It's a far cry to what it used to be. The days of Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows 2000, even Windows XP. There's many more processes involved, and it's taken quite some time. Today, it's very quick to install an operating system compared to what it used to be like, particularly when I started working with computers going back some 15 years, odd years ago. You'd be lucky to complete this process within 2-3 hours, whereas now this is going on to 17 minutes and we're at the final phase of, well, almost at the final phase of installation. There are more processes involved if you installing onto a fresh new computer, where obviously the hard drive will need formatting. So there is one step there that is not shown here under the virtual machine that requires formatting of the hard drive. So as soon as that step arrives, there's two choices. You can upgrade or do a custom. I always recommend to do custom install and start off afresh, whether it's a new system or an upgrade. Upgrades can quite often cause issues. Not often, most of the time it actually does. So my recommendations is certainly to start afresh, format the drive, delete the drive, format, restart again, and one advantage, one of many advantages with VMware is once the installation is complete, there's only the one VMware Tools installation, which I believe in this version of VMware Workstation, which has just been upgraded, actually does this automatically, whereas in the past I've had to install VMware. There we go, Windows Installer. It's found the network card, so I'll just put this on a home network for now just to make it simple. So VMware Tools setup, it's going through its process. Now if this is done on a fresh install on a brand new computer, or even if the computer's upgraded, after this is installed you will need to install the drivers for your computer hardware. Generally you will get supplied with a CD, DVD. Okay, let's just check behind here. Network location is configured. Just click on now. Okay, VMware should be... Now this will be a lot more punchy, a lot quicker once VMware has completed installing its tools. So there you go. That now completes the demonstration of installing the operating system.